We are joined today by Mr. Michael Mascarenhas, Chief Executive Officer, Desert Group.
I was asked to parachute into Desert Group to resuscitate, reinvigorate, restructure, call it what you may, but basically to transform and reposition Desert Group as a formidable force as it used to be. Ever since, the group has transformed and become exactly what we envisioned it to be. We've grown from a very docile unit to a very vibrant. I have to admit, contrary to the reports around, we seem to be thriving. I know people might grimace at that, but if you are able to take advantage of the cyclical turn of events and see why you could and you should survive and not only thrive, we've been able to do that. We've moved far ahead on sustainability, arid adaptive plants, salt tolerant plants, exactly what the region needs. And hence, for us, there's always demand, and we've got plenty of that and less of supply, in fact. So the GCC has got one common problem. It's about water. It's also about climate. And as we drive both of these towards a more habitable, sustainable plan, clearly the industry has to move towards that as well. So if you talk of water conservation, plants which we all understand very well, if you're able to get plants from the region, then water consumption drops by nearly 2/3. They begin to thrive in an environment, they begin to fruit, and you see a whole new variety in this region. We are pushing hard for that, and we've grabbed certain eyeballs towards new features, towards new thinking. It's about sustainability for us. We will not deviate from that path. We will link ourselves to everything that is around sustainability and inclusivity. So whether it's carbon miles, we've stopped importing things if we find it in this country. A good example is our design at Dubai Design District, where you see a park made of cement blocks, something that was being consigned to the waste paper bin, to the crusher. We took that and re-energized that whole region. So we are about inclusivity, about sustainability. Yeah. For us, technology is playing a big part. And a significant amount is artificial intelligence as well. For instance, we've seen this before, where water is pumped and all plants get a similar amount of water in any place being watered. But with our new control systems that are come into play, they read weather, they read soil requirements, and they read plant needs and squirt water accordingly. It's not one size fits all. So we are moving more and more into technology, but this requires deep research. We are working with different organizations around the globe. We've got deep ties, and that's our thrust right now. It's about water.
Yes.
Interesting question. I think the leadership qualities needed for any leadership role, be it transformation, repositioning, or creating sustainable growth, is about influencing the minds of your key people. In fact, all your people. If you're able to walk the talk, live a life of integrity, and be very tuned in towards allowing people to have the necessary tools where they are empowered, you can see massive change. Because at the end of the day, everyone has unique capabilities. And if I'm able to tap into those, you create synergy like never before. Everyone has a quality and a characteristic and a feature which you employ them for. And if you're able to extract that, you create a force like never before. That's leadership, I would imagine. Humility is very critical. If we're humble, you're able to stand at the back and see how things evolve. But also you begin to listen, you begin to accept, you begin to respect. More often you see these traits missing in many of the leaders that call themselves leaders. It's about humility and an understanding and a respect for another human being, that we are all on a journey, we're all trying to make things work out, and no one is superior to each other. No one is.